Hello, hello, hello. So I wanted to come and do a quick video. I am Grace Yasmin, and I had a couple of friends reach out to me over the last couple of days just saying, I just feel like my depression is really trying to get a hold of me. What can I do? And so I shared some things with them, and I just wanted to share some things with you guys too, because of course, right after I share those things with them, then things happen in my life. And so I dealt with a couple of challenges today, just, dealing with my children not being able to. When my children were young, I was able to, for the most part, what I felt like really control the narrative of their life. If they wanted to play sports, all you had to do was pay the money. They played the sports. Now they're in a season of their life where I am powerless. Well, the truth is I was always powerless, but that is becoming more evident to me. And so this last couple of weeks, both of my children have had to go through disappointments. And as I support them through their disappointments, I wonder sometimes who's more disappointed, me or them. And so I've had to work through those things. And one of the things that I realized that is very helpful for me in dealing with disappointments is to not just stay in the disappointment. Very often, when something happens that's disappointing, the situation or the scenario continues to come back to my mind. It will just replay over and over if I let it. But one thing that I've learned to do is to hear my brain repeating the scenario, stop what I'm doing, write out what is the disappointment, really take a minute to meditate on what is the disappointment. Is the real disappointment for me the actual scenario, or is it deeper? Am I bringing more into that situation than what it really is? I tend to take one situation and it becomes bigger. I'm so afraid. For example, my son didn't make the basketball team. And so I was disappointed that he didn't make the basketball team because he loves to play basketball. And I think all kids should have a right to continue playing basketball regardless of their skill level. But what was also bothering me was this fear that him not making this basketball team could subsequently lead to him being depressed, that could lead to his poor self esteem, that could ultimately lead to suicide. Wow. Wow. That's a huge jump. Where does that come from? That comes from my history. That comes from something that has nothing to do with my son. And so by writing those things down, I was able to see that, yes, the basketball was a disappointment, but it wasn't as grand as I was making it. And so just that writing process. And ultimately, what I wanted to really figure out, which is what I realized through the writing process, was that I really wanted to know, how can I support him? And I didn't know how to support him. Well, this very logical thing came to me by the time I finished the writing process, which was, I can ask him, how can I support you? And so your disappointment might be something completely different, but whatever the disappointment is, the process works the same, which is beginning to really take some time to sit with that, feel what you're feeling, and then write out what it is that you're feeling. What are the potential solutions to that? What can you do so that you're not just sitting in the problem? With depression in general, for those of us that have to work through chronic depression, which is that um, heavy feeling of sadness and gloom that can come out of nowhere, and you're always maybe having to work through that. As a person who works through chronic depression, is something I have to learn to do every single day, is to recognize what I'm feeling, and then learn how to work through that. And so after I did that, I did some breath work. Meditation is very helpful for me in taking those deep breaths and really just allowing myself to sit with that and mourn. Really, when it came through meditation, it also revealed to me that I was mourning the fact that maybe he won't get to play sports anymore, and that I had a right to mourn whatever I needed to mourn. Meditation really is a chance for you to get connected to you. through breath, through your breath, allowing you to come back in non-judgmentally, feel what it is that you're feeling. And so that was helpful. So the first thing that I found helpful was to write and journal. The second thing that I found helpful was to do some deep breathing. And then the third thing that I found very helpful was to get up and um, take a walk. Walking for no purpose, but just to walk allows those endorphins to be released in my body, but it always gives me a little boost. And we know that that's not personal. We know that that is scientifically proven that that serotonin boost can work against depression. These are tools that are very effective in overcoming depression on a daily basis. Disappointment for some people is just disappointment. Disappointment for people who suffer from chronic depression can become the thing that gets you down. And so for us that struggle with chronic depression, we have to be very weary of letting things linger too long, because those things will mount on each other. So it's so important, if really having moments of feeling depressed versus days of feeling depressed is your goal. These strategies are so effective. And as the holidays come, there tends to be more triggers, more things that can trigger those feelings. So this is just a good time to check in with yourself. And maybe things are amazing. It's been forever since I've done a video. So I'm glad to be doing a video for you guys again. My goal is to do more. I hope these are helpful for you. What I know is that one day at a time, we can overcome depression one day at a time. I'm able to see, become aware. And when I am aware of something, then I can do something about it. And so I don't pretend like things are not affecting me. I don't pretend as if I'm not feeling that heaviness or I'm not feeling blue, but I also don't allow myself to stay there. My next question is, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I am feeling blue. I am feeling down. I am feeling heavy. I can see this spiraling me down. So what do I need to do today? And so I'm so grateful that I can say that right now, and I feel so much better. I'm still sad that he didn't make the team. We will figure out another way for him to get sports into his life because he's too young for that to be finished. But this process is helpful. So if you have not participated in a journaling experience in the past, I plan to hold some workshops in the future. If you are new to meditation, that's something that I will be doing workshops in the future as well. These things are so essential to learning to effectively manage your depression every day. I wish for the day that I will say I don't have to manage it and maybe that it's gone. But as for today, it's still there, but it's something that I get to manage every single day and overcome. So I hope these things have been helpful for you. If I know you personally, so good to see you. I hope that you are getting excited as we move into the holidays. Whatever your disappointment is, know that this too shall pass. Get to the bottom of it. Very often, whatever we feel triggers things that are deeper. For those of us with severe trauma, with severe PTSD, it is almost never the one thing that's triggered. It's the 10 things below. So be encouraged. Talk soon. Bye-bye.